Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As groomsman today, my main honour and responsibility is to read the cards and telegrams. For those that might not know me, I'm Stephen. I'm Lisa's older brother. I'm the shy, quiet, responsible one of the family. For those that do know me, the jacuzzi party afterwards is in room 87. Remember your Speedos. Now, when Colin and Lisa first asked me to be groomsman, I couldn't have been more pleased. There was, however, a catch. I had to say a few words. So I sat down to write a speech, and I thought, well, what could I talk about? And then I thought, well, why don't I sit here and say how beautiful Lisa looks today? She looks like a princess. She's been a great friend to me, and she's a great girl. But then I thought, well, that's Colin's job. That's his job today. So I thought, well, Colin, why don't I speak about him? Tell a few funny stories. There's plenty of them. But then I thought, well, that's Alan's job. And then I thought, well, why don't I welcome Colin into the family? He's long been part of the family. But then I thought, well, that's my dad's job. So what was I to do? I sat down to write a speech. For months, nothing. Luckily, it was a long engagement. So I just couldn't think of anything, and I thought, just one day, it dawned on me, why don't I be like a big brother to Lisa, do what all big brothers do, and wind her up? Well, let me tell you, the floodgates opened. I was no end of material. In fact, it was hard to tell what to leave out. So I think the best way to do this is probably describe how Lisa became a primary school teacher today. In fact, she was still at primary school when she decided, that's it, I'm going to be a primary school teacher. She came running in from school, skint knees, rosy cheeks, pigtails in her hair, said, Mum, Dad, I want to be a primary school teacher when I grow up. Fantastic, says Mum. One down, one to go. In fact, I'm sure I heard Mum say that in the church today. So off Mum and Dad goes. To primary school to see Lisa's teacher. It's parents' night, and they sit down all proud and say, Lisa obviously took a shine to you because she thinks a lot of you and she wants to be like you when she grows up. Ah, says the teacher. Slight problem with that. She can't read. She can't write. Her spelling's atrocious. And to be honest, she can't cook. Okay, says Dad. Is there anything she is good at? Well, says the teacher, wait till sports day. She'll be running circles round the rest of the kids. Right, says Mum. Perfect. She can be a PE teacher when she grows up. Well, unfortunately, says the teacher, you have to do all the same exams and you have to read, write and spell. Well, says Dad, is there anything we could do to help her along? So the teacher says, well, a little bit of home tutoring won't go amiss. Right, says Dad, that's what we'll do. So for the next few years, 20, we taught Lisa how to read, write and spell and count. Me and Lisa would come in from school. Mum would already be in the kitchen cooking up a storm. Dad would come in from work. We'd sit down at the table, have our evening meal, and Dad would say, right, tonight, Lisa, we're teaching you to spell. Spell cat. C-A-T. Easy. Spell dog. D-O-G. Simple. Spell ball. B-A-L-L. Come on, Dad. I'm nae thick. Abdi kens that. Okay, says Dad. Why don't you spell something that's on your plate? Right, says Lisa, straightens herself up and says, Ch-kitten. Anything else, says Dad? Aye, meatly pudding. I wouldn't have minded either. I was actually eating lasagna at the time. So next up was maths. Now, Lisa obviously got her talent for counting, or lack of it, from Mum and Dad. because it was given to me as a job to teach Lisa maths. The excuse being it was fresh in my mind because I was still at school. Now, from this, I learnt two very important things from this. One, I was never going to be a teacher. I just didn't have the patience. Two, it was so much quicker to do Lisa's homework for her than to teach her how to do it herself. Well, but I have to admit, she's came a long way since then. She can count to 20 with both her socks off. In fact, I'd go as far as to say she's better than anyone in this room at counting, because how anybody can say they're skint and saving for a wedding, but go into town and buy 4 pair of shoes, 2 handbags, 3 pair of jeans, a blouse, and still have money for the bus fare home? Well, I ask you, does that sound like someone that's struggling with numbers? But I realise it sounded like I'm some sort of genius. Just to set a record straight, I was never a duck at school. I was never a grade A student. In fact, all of my report cards read, Stephen is very easily distracted in class. But I ask you, how are you supposed to concentrate in class when you look across the hallway and here's your sister having a pee in the sandpit? Okay, sorry. I did actually make that last bit up. I just didn't feel comfortable saying poop in front of somebody. But no, I think my job here is done. She looks suitably embarrassed, which is a shame really, because I could have told you about the time she singed her own eyebrows off at tea in the park. Or, like Dad almost hinted on, the time she got sent home from Girl Guide camp early, minus the bottle of vodka she went away with. But don't worry, these are all available at the bar later. Just keep my topped up. So, onto the cards. We hope you both enjoy our very special day and have a lovely life together. And that's from Dorothy, Granny Patterson. Have a wonderful day, Jane and Ian MacDonald. May you be modern enough to survive the times and old-fashioned enough to last forever. Love, David and Elspeth. There's a telegram here. It says, it's all the way from New Zealand. It says, looking forward to your arrival. Your honeymoon suite is ready. We're sure you'll enjoy the snowboarding you have planned. Break a leg. And that one's just addressed to Colin, and that's from Accident Emergency Ward at the Queenstown Infirmary. To Lisa and Colin, love from Lorraine and John Hewitt. He's obviously waiting in the middle because he can't be here tonight. Lots of love to you both from Granny, Kirkburn Court. To Lisa and Colin, we hope you have a lovely day. Best wishes for your future happiness, Gordon and Wilma. There's a card here. It says... Sorry, the handwriting's really bad. The spelling's terrible as well. Yep, that's for your class for last year, Lisa.